Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick meet recap for you and posted a video a few weeks ago, but as you can see I went 9 for 9, and that was purely by design because I initially, for the first part of the year, had 2 bad meets. So I had a meet in February which I didn't even bother posting, but there I benched 275 and I missed a 584 pull. So again, that meet was kind of a scratch. I was still kind of injured for the first part of the year. So again, I just did that, and obviously, you know, my bench recovered quickly, but you know, I was barely putting up 275 at that point in a shirt. So anyways, that passed, and then, you know, I went on the trip to Bolivia, so I didn't do much training there, and then I had to kind of start from scratch again after returning. So you know, I wasn't in the best shape for squatting or deadlifting or benching, but you know, I just plugged it along, and you know, as you saw, you know, I got the 501 bench at nationals. Sorry, not the 501 bench, the 501 squat at nationals, and again, all fairly easy. But I kept getting called for depth again, which is you know, my fault. But you know, I did the bench 314, so again, I'm pretty much back at the starting point, but at a lighter body weight for the bench. So again, that's fine. And then deadlift, you know, it wasn't going very well. You know, I dropped conventionals for a good part of December through maybe April. So the deadlift strength went down considerably. But you know, I wanted to start off on a high note after these 2 bad meets. So again, like I mentioned before, by design, I went 9 for 9. So leading up to the raw meet, I was doing singles. Obviously, I was doing, you know, lots of volume, but also doing singles with, for example, a 371 in the squat. Benching, you know, I just did as I was expected. So I benched 242 at the meet, and you know, during training, you know, doing a lot of singles, 231, 237, 242. So it was just expected. And then the deadlift, it went surprisingly well. So as I mentioned, or as someone mentioned in the actual meet video, he stated that, oh Alex, you know, why do you take your attempts so low prior to the deadlift? Prior to the 3rd deadlift, and it's because I believe the 1st and 2nd deadlift are just a complete waste of energy. So if you go too heavy, as far as percentage-wise to your 3rd deadlift, then what's going to happen is you're going to run out of gas, and I really don't believe in that. So that's why I start off so low on the deadlift. So for example, on the 2nd pull, I went with 501, and before that, I went with a 207.5, so that's 457 about, and that's a huge jump. So a 44-pound jump, and then a subsequent 38-pound jump to the 3rd pull. So you know, obviously, I had enough gas at the end of the meet to pull the 540, and I know some of you guys may have thought the pull was kind of questionable, but my hand actually tore at the top of the lockout, so that's why you see the bar slip out a little. So again, something that I can control. I was trimming the callus as much as I could during the training cycle, but again, it just rips at, you know, the higher weight. So anytime I do above 500 or 510 or 520, 530, 540, it just gets it just starts to tear, and no matter how much I try to trim it or whatnot. So I mean, just something that can't really control, and it is really worse in the winter because again, the skin gets chopped up and dry, and then it just gets cut up like crazy. So anyways, the training, I mean, it wasn't that great, but I gave myself a chance to succeed with the plan that I want to execute. So actually, I guess the only person I discuss my training with and my meets with is my friend Matt Rodock, and I outlined the exact plan to him. You know what my attempts were. So hey, I'm going to open with what was it? 155, 165, and then 175 on the squat. So that's 341. 363 and 386 on the squat, and again, I just want to keep it conservative, want to hit all of the squats. And actually, I was kind of considering the last meet I had in November where I hit 391, but I was a little heavier, so I wasn't officially in the 66 kilo class because the new weight classes are implemented as of 2015. So I just took that into consideration as well, and also what I was doing in training. So I was doing 5x4s and whatnot. But again, trying to peak out at 386, I think was very appropriate, and it was fairly easy at the meet. Again, I know I had some pounds in me, but again, I wanted to stick to the game plan and go 9 for 9, have a positive experience, because again, the first 2 meets in the year weren't so positive. So that was the squat. Again, had a little more in me, so when Raw Nationals comes around, I'm definitely going to pick something more challenging. The existing Maryland State Raw record for the open and squat is 396 pounds, so I definitely want to break that on my 3rd squat. Again, just keep it conservative, hit all the attempts, because at Raw Nationals I really have to go at least 8 for 9 or 9 for 9 to get into the 3rd place position. There are 2 freaks in the Raw Nationals, and signed up for Raw Nationals. So again, actually one guy is totaling more than I do equipped. So again, I'm just going to go there to hit my numbers, execute the game plan, go hopefully 9 for 9. So that's that. And the bench, I just did as expected. So I did 241, 231, 242. Hit all of them no problem, and I was just a little surprised how the 3rd bench went. I struggled a little bit, and I was just a little surprised by that. Maybe I have to do like a harder taper for the meet day, but again, I went through for 3 on that. So the meet up to that point, going 6 for 6, it was expected, and I wasn't too fired up for those lifts because they weren't necessarily a PR. So going 6 for 6 was very important to hit the PR total, because if I didn't get my last pull, then I wouldn't have gotten a PR total or PR will. So I had to set myself up for success by conserving energy for the deadlift. So deadlift, again, like I told you, guys, I went, or you saw that I did 457, 501, and 540. And 540 is a very nice PR, because back in November, I was heavier. I was almost 67 kilos, and I pulled 529. And it wasn't too hard, the 529, to be honest. When I look back on the video, and I look back on it from time to time. But the 540 was excellent, and it was also expected because the training went well. So I believe I hit 495 for 10 singles with a mixed grip, and then 509 for 9 singles, and then the peak of the training cycle I went 515 for 5 singles. So again, I went about 95% of the projected 1 rep max, which was what I wanted for 540. And let me tell you guys why I picked 245 kilos. I picked that because the 3rd place on the deadlift for Open Raw Worlds in Finland was 245, so I wanted to hit that number. And again, I use the results from Worlds as a gauge as far as my own lifting goes. Obviously, my squat and bench are so far behind, but it's nice to know that my deadlift is within the vicinity of what the best lifters do. And I only compare myself to the best because, again, I want to set the bar high. So when you guys look at other lifters, you want to compare yourself to the best, but put into perspective as far as how long they've been training, etc. And you don't know what kind of drugs are involved at that level, and you only know yourself, if you're drug free. So you can only really compare against yourself, because you just don't know what the other person's doing. Again, in the IPF, you give the benefit of the doubt, but again, you yourself only know if you're drug free or not. So again, that was very nice. Gave the 245. And ideally at Raw Nationals, if I can get 250 kilo, that would be wonderful. I think that's a great pull. And I mentioned that in my previous meet reflection video, how I thought that 551 Raw was an excellent pull, world-class pull. So that's something definitely I want to shoot for. Again, do something conservative on the squat, get maybe 402, and then bench press 248. So if you add up all those together, then that gives you a 1201 total, so that'll be a huge personal record. So I'm going to continue training hard for that. For the rest of the year, I have a bunch of meets lined up. So this weekend, we're doing Don and I, we're doing the New Jersey State deadlift only meet. So that should be fun. Again, they're just kind of doing a short notice just because why the hell not? Let's do that meet, and then I'm going to be lifting equipped in the Bench Nationals in Scranton. Then after that, I'm doing just a fun small meet. Mike Sickelman, our Maryland State chairman, he holds a very fun fast meet, push pull at the Coliseum gym. and that's going to be September 20th. I did sign up for raw deadlift only, so there I just want to chip the record, and he is using the Ivanko 28mm bar. So again, it just sets up favorable conditions to hit a deadlift PR. So maybe after I hit the third attempt, maybe do some conventional deadlifts in the back. So I'm just going to work it in as part of my training for raw nationals. And it's nice because for raw training, it doesn't have to be super organized. You kind of have to lift. You pick and choose your spots, how much intensity you want to use. But I'll just do it because I had a credit. So let me give you a backstory on that. Actually, back in 2013, I signed up for Mike's meet, and then I got invited to Norway for 2013 IPF Open World. So I told Mike, hey Mike, I got selected for the world team. He's like, no shit. And then it's funny, but anyways, we both agree that he can provide me credit for a future meet. So 2 years later, I'm just doing this meet for fun en route to Raw Nationals. So that's that. So that meet and then Raw Nationals is going to be on Thursday, October 15th, something like that, October 15th. And the last meet that I want to do, or one of the last meets I want to do, is Maryland State Championships in November. And the rumor is it's the week before Thanksgiving, so I just do that for fun. Again, raw training, nothing that's too stressful doing raw meets, because essentially I can do a raw meet every weekend. It's just that easy for me, and again, it's just nothing compared to the stress of the equip meet. But again, something fun that I can do, and that meet will probably sell out in 15 minutes online. So you really have to get the ball rolling on that. You have to be on the ball for that meet, because the entry is available online. It's going to be selling out almost instantly. So that's the word advice to you guys if you're trying to sign up for Maryland State 2015. So again, just get on the computer, make sure you have the site open and ready to submit your entries. So anyways, that was the meet. And again, just to recap, happy to go 9 for 9, and I did it by design because I had 2 poor meets earlier. PR total 530 kilos, PR Wilks 416.16 Wilks, and again, still haven't reached my goal of 425, but that's kind of a goal I have in the back of my mind. So if I get that, that'd be great. And again, I appreciate you guys for all the support. Following me throughout the weeks for training, and also the feedback that you give me throughout the training cycle, and especially on the meet videos. So thanks guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.